Let's roll.
We all hope to
Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. It's Doug and ML tonight.
Hey, y'all.
How y'all doing? Where are you watching us from? Let us know. We'll give you a shout out real quick. Upstate New York in the house. Get a few more seconds to take. It's usually about 40 seconds behind. Dallas, Fort Worth in the house. Welcome to the show. Hey, Sherry, nice to have you on the show.
Hey,
Go
Sherry.
ahead, Emily. Well, some more pop up. We'll wait. Go ahead.
Alabama's in the house. Welcome, Alabama. Chandler, Arizona's in the house. Welcome, Arizona.
Wildcat Racing. Welcome to the show. Queens, New York, Central Florida, Mount Olive, Kentucky. Go ahead.
Downey, Idaho, my home state, Idaho. Welcome to the house. Texas, welcome to the house. Minnesota, welcome to the house.
Florida, welcome to the show. Kansas, welcome to the show, Dorothy. Terry. South Carolina in the house. Lexington, Washington, Colorado. Welcome to the show, RJ.
Ohio's in the house.
Michelle, welcome to the show. Thank you. You're welcome. Good evening, Doug and Mark from Missouri. I think MO's Missouri, right?
Yeah, that's
you would know South Dakota, where we're going to be on the 10th and the 11th. Oh, yes, broadcasting live with press passes, not open to the public. Atlanta in the building, York, Pennsylvania, South Dakota again.
Tennessee's in the house. Hey, welcome to
Asheboro, North Carolina in the house. Welcome to the show, York, Pennsylvania. Anchorage, Alaska. Can you see Russia from there? All right.
8.2 earthquake today.
How do I get the X39 patch? I'm going to tell you in just a second. I won't even wait. Here it is. Boom. Freeze it. Go back and watch it. Well, that's not it. Oh, let me go to the banner. Give me a second.
New York in the house.
How come it didn't come? What's going on?
Michelle from Ohio. Welcome, Michelle. Sturgis. There we go. Kentucky's in the house. Welcome, Kentucky. South Carolina. Welcome to the Frog News Network.
No idea what I just did, but I lost the whole thing and had to come back in. Just moved up here. Welcome to the show, Superfoods. What's it? Fully rely on God. That's the frogs. Thumb on Michigan. We did not feel the earthquake in Upper Anchorage.
That's good. I'm glad you're all safe.
Virginia, welcome to the show, Virginia. There's a lot going on, folks, besides what we're getting ready to talk about. So we might split the show up a little bit and talk about some current things that are going on. No lollipops and rainbows for us, though. We'll just give you what's really happening at the present time.
Oklahoma, welcome.
Pennsylvania, welcome to the show. Good evening, Patriots from Pennsylvania. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appalachian in the house. Is that how you say that? Ohio in the house. Yep. Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. Share this out.
Dave
like it, please.
Welcome, Dave. Pensacola.
Is my boy Dave here?
Yeah.
I didn't see him. Must have rode by, went by too quick.
Hey, brother.
Mike's got great intel. Can you? Well, that's good. Good for you guys. You should be over watching him then. Ringgold, Georgia. Welcome to the show. By God, West Virginia in the house.
Central Illinois. Welcome to the house.
Miami, Florida. Welcome to the show. Greenville, South Carolina. I was just down that way, headed back down that way next Friday.
Hey, Colin got his patches today. Good for him.
If you look across the bottom of the screen, you see the link. If you go to that linky and you click on it, you will find out how to get the patch. Quebec, Canada in the house. Wisconsin in the house. We're having a wicked lightning storm right here in Newport News, Virginia right now. Pensacola, Florida in the house.
Downey, Idaho. Welcome.
Welcome to the show. Yeah. How rude, Doug. Oh my goodness.
Hey,
Hello.
Buckeye Bob. How you doing?
We still love you.
We do.
Hello from Lady Lake, Florida.
Denmark. Wow, welcome to the house, all the way across the pond.
Mostly Head, Florida. What the hell is that? Was I supposed to even read that?
Topeka, Kansas. Welcome to the house.
Kentucky, terrible storm in Kentucky. There's storms everywhere today. Hello from Australia. How you are from down under?
Good night, mate. Good night.
Good night, mate. Ohio in the house.
Hey, Marlon and Shelly from Downey, Idaho. Welcome, y'all. Welcome.
Thumbs up, like it, and please subscribe and share if you can, if you will. There it is. Reactivate your stem cells with LifeWays patch. Thumbs up. They're saying they didn't feel nothing in Alaska. Wisconsin in the house. Indiana in the house. Smoke from West and Canadian fires hanging over what?
Virginia. It's coming all east. We saw it.
Really?
We saw the smoke the other day all the way over.
Really?
Yeah.
Ohio in the house. Southern Indiana in the house. We'll call out for another minute or so, guy. The villages,
in Florida. Welcome
the
to
villages
the house.
of Florida. We're going to be down in Florida. I will be with Bonafide, and David will be down in Florida at the convention down there for John Delemy, excuse me. Come on down and see us. I believe it's the 20th and the 21st of next month. I'll have to check the exact dates, and we'll show that information at the end of the show. Get you a link so you can come down and learn all about the Constitution. Listen to some magnificent speakers. Naples, Florida is a pretty nice place if you don't know. Chuck 1776, welcome. Roanoke, Texas. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
All right. About another 45 seconds and we'll get this thing kicked off.
There we go.
Hello from Montrose, Missouri.
Hello.
How do you say that?
I always tell my wife I'm living in the state of misery.
Pennsylvania gal here. Texas Panhandle. California in the house.
Welcome.
When are we coming to Indiana? We might be passing through Indiana on our way to South Dakota. Nashville in the house. Blazing hot, Gastonia, North Carolina.
That's an interesting name.
Gastonia is a little bit past Charlotte. Because as I go down to see Bonafide in South Carolina, you pass right through on 85, Gastonia. It's on the mountain. Well, not a mountain. Well, some call it a mountain. It's just a hill. God bless you for putting the truth out by making sure it's the truth. Thank you very much, and that's what we try to do. Okay, Oklahoma, two more Canadian Frog. Where are you going to win in South Dakota? I can't tell you. It's classified. Sioux Falls, something like that. It's right as you come in. It's not
Sioux Falls.
That's where we're going to some convention center out there, and it's only for the press and the people putting on the show, senators and governors. So we'll have some interesting interviews from out there. So let's get things kicked off. And this is not my specialty, but it certainly is something that ML does and has been practicing for years. Well, you're supposed to have a guest, but he kind of conked out on us. But we'll pick it up from here. Let me get it. But that's okay, because ML knows what's going on about prepping in 101 and the things you need to do to get yourself ready. Besides, what happens if your fridge goes out and all your food goes bad? Where are you supposed to go from that? So with no further ado, ML, go ahead and tell us all about what you learned and what are the first steps. I believe you told me there's 3 different stages. So go over briefly an outline, then we'll get into detail about it. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, you bet. Well, with my background, being a former member of the Mormon Church, Mormons are well known in preparedness. And it's kind of born and bred into our culture from the time you're born till the time you die. You're taught self-sufficiency, not to rely on government, not to rely on others, but to rely on yourself and the Lord. Okay? So, in the days that we're living in tumultuous times, and we've got to have a plan. A lot of people, when it comes to preparedness, Doug, it can be a daunting task. It can be an overwhelming topic, and it shuts down people. People literally shut down because they don't know where to start. People think, oh, I need to go load up and get a whole year's supply of food. I don't know where to begin. But, first, you need to start off with the basics. It's always a good idea to have a 72-hour bug out kit for each member in your household. That's for starters, okay? Because what if something happens and we have to flee our home and we have to go someplace? We need some essentials with us so that we can actually at least be somewhat comfortable in where we're going to be going to first. But also we need to be able to, it gets us in that mindset to start conditioning our mind that, wow, I really need to be more prepared for our household. Okay. So we always start off, as I said, with the 72-hour kit. Then we move up to a 3-month supply.
Right.
Okay. Because what if, let's say something happens and, we've had lots of hurricanes and other natural disasters here in the United States where a lot of these folks, they've been without electricity for weeks, months, and so they're dependent upon FEMA and other federal agencies and non-for-profit agencies to bring them water, food, and other items like that, right? I mean, we all saw what happened back in Texas and New Orleans. What was that, Hurricane Katrina?
Right.
It was devastating.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was.
I mean, it was crazy. We never seen anything like that in our entire lives. And but it was, if anything, it helped wake up a lot of people, and especially everything that's going on right now with the spirit in our country. Food storage, especially since this COVID has come into the world scene, food storage companies, food is flying off the shelves. They can't even fill all the orders that are coming in as quickly as they possibly can. There's back orders and back orders of this stuff, okay? And so then we talk about long-term food storage strategies. This is for like a year's supply for each member in your household. You showed me what you had, that you went out and you thought it's a good idea, that I need to bolster up some of my food storage,
right?
Because you understand that we all have to have continuity of life, and so that's where we're going to start at. Let's see here. On a good bug out checklist, these are the items that you want in a good bug out 72-hour kit. First, you want to get a really good bag, and the best bags are those tactical military bags, and you can go to military surplus stores and buy them, or online, but those tend to be the best because they're very durable and you can really pack a lot of stuff in there. Plus they're grab and go. A good idea is not only to have a 72-hour kit at home, but you should have something in your car too. Okay. You guys are going on the road next month. You're going to be going to several venues. You're going to be gone for several weeks, right? What if something happens while you guys are out on the road and things take place and you don't have the ability, cash, you don't have the ability to use your credit card, you don't have the ability to buy food, things like that. You're going to need some basic essentials with you. Okay. So you need food. You're going to need water. You should have some first aid with you. You should have some type of defense with you. So those that have firearms, that's great. There's other lines of defense you can have, but you got to have something to protect yourself and protect your family with. Because I'm telling you, when things get that bad, people become very desperate, and then they start taking what other people have. All right?
That's exactly what's going to happen.
That's the mindset of us. You got to have some clothing. You need some clothing, warm clothing in that bag. Navigation. It's always a good idea to have something. And I'm not talking like an electronic device, because if the power goes out, let's say we get hit with an EMP and our electric grid goes down. Well, how are you going to know how to navigate and know where you're going? You need something that you can rely on. All right. Multi-purpose tools are a good item to have in that bag because you can use them for a lot of different things. Different sources of light. That's a great thing. Comms, communication center, sources. All right. Militia groups. Let me tell you, militia groups are really into prepping communities and survivalists. All right.
All right.
So they have some of the best ideas for communication sources that are out there, and you can go online, and most of them use a lot of the same brands of shortwave radios and walkie-talkies and whatnot like that, where you can actually have your own back channel where you can tap into the military's back channels and hear what's going on there, or first responders, and you can create your own private network there too. All right. Shelter. You want to have an alternative source of shelter in the event that you're going to be out in the elements. You got to have a way to keep yourself dry. So these are essential items in a 72-hour. There you go, a solar-powered hand-cranked radio. There you go. And I'm sure you can plug in several devices and charge those up at the same time, right?
Yeah, it's also got a crank on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll work, you can put batteries in it, but it'll work off the solar, crank it up. Yes, you can charge devices off of it too. I really haven't checked into much of it. It has shortwave on it too. I paid like $35-40 for it.
Yeah, you can go to pretty much any of your sporting goods stores and get something like that, or your Cabela's, any type of outdoor stores. They carry a lot of those different lines.
Just the light from the monitor powered it enough, and the light came on and it started playing the radio.
That's right. Well, you're going to need one of those because in the event our telecommunications go down, we got to be able to hear what's going on in the world, and that's what that's enables us to do, is to be able to hear those things. Okay, so that's one aspect. Getting that 72-hour kit, to me, that's the most important thing to have, because that gets you started. So we're going to go now to the next, which is our 3-month supply of food. All right. Most people, when they start preparing their food, it becomes a daunting task because they don't know how much food to get per family member.
Right.
I'll tell you what, there are great resources online, such as food storage calculators. So you can go online, and based on how many members are in your family, you can actually go in there and quantify exactly how much food you need of whatever food you want per family member. And actually, it's a good idea to have enough food where women need at least 2,000 caloric intake a day. Men need 2,500 calories a day. All right, that's to sustain us.
Right.
Okay. Here's the tricky thing about food storage, whether it's short-term or long-term, it's our kids. Everybody's got picky kids in their family. A lot of kids won't eat a lot of the stuff that adults will, and they just refuse to. And so it's really good advice when you are preparing your family's food storage to really think about what my child will and won't eat, because it's a scientific fact. Kids will freeze. They'll shut down emotionally, because when you're going through this emotional trauma, whatever it is, adults have a hard enough time absorbing this and processing this. Kids shut down. And if a kid, about the only comfort they're going to have is food, comfort food.
Right.
Because we got to keep as much normalcy in place in their life as we possibly can while we're going through this turmoil. So you got to be really mindful of your kids and make sure you put things in there that that'll help them out. That's really important. And as adults, we sometimes forget that because we just want to force them to eat what we're eating.
Superfood says nuts, seeds, dehydrated fruits, jerky, manual can opener, health bars. I believe we're going to get into all that, but he's just making an outline of what we're going. Trust me, he knows all that.
Yeah, I'll let y'all know. I actually, for 20 some odd years, we used to teach preparedness, survival. We would hold seminars. I had a tactical medical supply company.
I was going to say, share that with us.
Yeah.
And it was really big.
It was very successful, and and we launched that company during Obama's second term, and people were really scared. And they were in that mindset of, I need to get my house in order, because this is where it comes. We got to get our houses and homes in order. All right. Because an orderly house is a godly house. Because if we don't have our homes in order, that's where panic and fear come into play. And when we have panic and fear, Doug, what happens? What happens to us? We shut down. We don't know what to do. And
touch your nose if JFK's alive. I don't know.
I don't know. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Allegedly, I feel like he is. I can't make any real statements.
Part of your strategic plan is to have plenty of water, because you can go without days without food, but you can't go without days without water.
I would say absolutely.
And so you also have to have in place, it's a good idea, a financial reserve. A lot of people don't think that financial reserve, well, yeah, it's good idea to have cash on hand or gold or silver, something of value like that. That's a good thing to have on hand, because we have no idea what we're going to be able to use and not. So it's better to have some than nothing at all. All right.
There's another form, wouldn't you agree, that you'll be able to use another system once nobody's got the cash?
We're going to go into that.
Okay. And that, see, I didn't reveal it. I just said, isn't there another way?
Right.
Go ahead, my brother.
Bartering is a good practice that everybody should start getting into practice with, bartering right now. All right. Because I'm telling you what, if you're a good barterer, you can do really, really well and put yourself and position yourself in a really good situation. All right. I know I told you in our previous conversations that you and I had on the phone that literally people that smoke will barter a lot just to have a cigarette. People that have alcohol and like to drink, they'll barter a lot to have one drink. You know, and I'm not condoning getting those items to inhibit those people's maybe addictions that they might have. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm telling you it's the power of bartering. All right, because those people may have some sugar, some honey, some meat that you don't have, but you have something of substance that they want. They'll trade with you.
There's an art to bartering in itself. There's books on it and free books that you can read on it. I suggest download a couple of them free books where you can find them and learn how to barter. What you might be doing it over, if the internet goes out, you might be doing it with your neighbors. You might walk to the next block. You might walk a half a mile. But if you got something somebody else needs, and like he said, the other one's sugar. Believe it or not, people are addicted to sugar. And when that's gone and you're sitting on a half a pallet of it sitting in your garage, that is something people are going to want when they can't get it. 30 days down the road, when nobody's had all the sugary things are gone, a glass of sweet tea is going to seem like it's worth $1,000. Same thing with a cigarette. When a man that smokes them or a woman that ain't had one in 2 weeks, oh my gosh, I'll give you, 20 pounds of meat for one cigarette. I just got to have one.
That
kind of stuff happens. And when you barter, you got to be protected as well too. So you got to carry somebody with you unless you know the people.
That's right.
Here's another they got it right there, brother. Cigarettes, liquor, sweets, sugar, flour, and other items for trade. Very good, Nancy. Very good.
Let me give you all a secret. The best place to buy cigarettes at, because this is what you want to do. Native American, First Nation reservations, you can buy cigarettes there cheap because they don't pay sales tax. They don't pay federal tax there.
Right.
So you can buy them at a fraction of the price. You can take those and put them in a number 10 aluminum can and seal it up with a dry pack pouch in there that keeps it fresh. They'll last for 20, 30 years. Okay.
Wow. And so what they call in jail, Lucy's.
Okay. Well, you and I we were joking about who's the most popular guys in the Crossbar Hotel. The guys that have those items, right?
You're going to be a popular guy if you have cigarettes, alcohol, and sugar. You're going to be like the new crack dealer. I'm telling you, I hate to get compared to. You're going to be the new man to know. I'm telling
That's
you,
right.
dude down the street around the corner, he got cigarettes and liquor. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
it can go one of two
you're not
ways.
going to want money because money's not going to do you any good. But what
No.
you're going to have, they're going to have meats, fish, chicken, stuff you want. Maybe they got potatoes. Maybe they got something. We're just preparing you for the worst. Everybody else wants to give you sunshine and lollipops and rainbows. We're preparing you for the worst. That's not saying it's going to happen, but be like they used to. You hate to use the analogy of the Boy Scouts. Be prepared, because that's almost a bad word anymore. But be prepared. Get ready for this, whether it comes or not. Be ready. Will you be the one that survives? Will you be a survivor of this?
Right.
Go ahead, sir.
So the mindset is this. You have to keep in mind that your neighbors around you are not in that mindset to prepare themselves. All right. So you have to be in the mindset that I need to be able to not only provide and get some adequate supplies for my family, but I also know that I am going to have neighbors that might be depending on me too. All right. So, that's why you got to think outside the box. You really have to think outside the box when it comes to preppers, because preppers are unique people. They really are. We're looked at weird. We're called conspiracy theorists, all of these things like that. But at the end of the day, we're the ones that's going to have versus those that don't have. And the ones that don't have are going to be coming knocking on our door saying, please, I need to feed my children. I'm hungry. Please help me, help me. We are our brother's keepers.
Well, yes. And we all know 100 years ago, there wasn't grocery stores. You still bought flour. You went to the hardware store, bought flour, sugar, and all the other things that you needed, right? But you hunted for your meat. And that's the truth. And we didn't eat as much meat back 100 years ago. It was more of the potatoes, more of the vegetables, and everything else. Meat was added like that as an after effect, that where they could add all the chemicals they're added to. Bonafide series got a full belly. Yes. And we all know 100. Cut that daggone speaker down, boy.
Don't y'all be talking about me. I heard y'all talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We sure were. What do you know about prepping? And I'm going to jump out for a second because I got to go to the boys' room.
Go ahead.
What do I know? Look at there. I'm talking to the microphone. Hey, how y'all doing? Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you now.
I wanted to get in. I've been trying to listen when I was in the car on the way here. And what I was wanting to say something about is some simple stuff. Let's just say a 30-day deal, or, the 10 days of darkness or whatever. And I'll just share with you what I've done prepping here with, let me get my camera over this way. This stuff I've done before. When we had the Hillary scare, I actually bought 55-gallon drums and put rice and beans in them, and I still have them today. But I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but since this has been going on in the last year and a half, the RV business has went up 500%. That may be because of COVID, but I do see a lot of people, the guys that I know that owns RV dealers, has talked about so much about them being basically a awesome prepping vehicle. And what I mean by that is it's got a generator. Mine runs on diesel. I went and bought an extra 250-gallon tank to put diesel fuel in. The one good thing about a diesel vehicle is the fuel does not go bad. Gas vehicles now, I've seen gas vehicles not last 6 months until the gas, you know what I'm talking about, gets hard or crystallized. So I've always kept a diesel. I've always kept an older diesel because they don't have a computer.
Yeah.
And I've always kept like a diesel generator. If it gets real hard, you can make a diesel motor run on corn oil. I mean, really.
One of them old generators will run on it, won't it? One of them old Army generator diesel run on anything. Put a bottle of alcohol in it to run.
The little bit, what I want to do is, and I know ML got into it real deep, but I want to just share with you some simple stuff.
Okay.
If it was me and we felt like they may be something going on in a few weeks from now, My grandbaby. Anyway, what I would do is I'd go to a grocery store and every week I'd spend an extra $50. And I would double up on what you buy. There's this guy I met when I was a kid. And he was a prepper from day one. And have you ever seen the shelves that you can put your cans in and roll in from the back?
Yeah.
All right. Well, he would have canned food. So it was stuff that he always used, but he would restock it even though he didn't need it. So he always had plentiful food there. And I'm not talking about prepper food. I'm talking about canned food that lasts obviously 2 or 3 years. So he recycled what he had, but he always had a good stock of it. And the same goes with anything really. Like y'all was talking about earlier, the deal with water. Now, back in the day, I got into this deal where you could actually clean water through charcoal in a sock. You know, you ever heard of that, ML?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But you know, if it gets that bad, it gets that bad. But one thing I do want to share with you, that we are the last generation. How old are you, ML?
Do I have to disclose that?
Within 5 years.
I'm 50. I'm 50.
Well, I'm 50, just turned 52.
I'm old.
And I can remember, well, I did it when I was a kid. We would skin a chicken, slaughter a hog.
Yep.
And now our kids don't know anything about that. They have no clue. And in all reality, we are the last generation of who can survive off the land.
That's right.
You know, I remember when I was a kid that I would ride on the back of the bush hog and shoot rats with my BB gun. They would take a child away from a parent and put them under the jail if they let them do that now. But that was just normal to me.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I think when the world went to crap is when they started putting helmets on kids with bicycles. You know, let them get the hell knocked out of them a couple of times. They'll quit jumping that ramp. You know, that's what happened to me.
That's what happened to me.
But what I want you to think about is this: just like what we was talking about, it's very hard for people to understand generational plans.
Yes.
If it's over 50 years, they think, well, that ain't no way because it went past generational. But this plan has been going on, and dumbing down the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So how many kids do you know now can write in cursive?
None.
How many
My
kids
own boys can't. My
Can
own
even
boys
start a
can't.
lawnmower.
How many kids do you know right now can drive a straight drive?
A straight drive, a stick shift.
Yeah, stick shift.
None.
Bring him here, Megan.
Hey, that's you always buy a stick shift so you know nobody gonna steal your car.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
Look at here.
Look at here, what you got there? Oh,
Check him out.
Papa. He's a happy man. I'm telling you right now.
That's right. You sit up here and
What's up,
talk to you.
buddy?
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
Bonafide, you got a
Yep.
little piece of heaven right there.
Yeah,
You got a piece of
right.
heaven right in your
Oh,
arms.
You got the same
right in
color
the jaw,
eyes.
buddy.
You gotta look at the camera. Pay attention to the camera, boy.
He said, "I'm looking at your hat, Papa."
That's right. What is that? What is that? I gotta go get him a hat. He ain't seen nothing like that.
That is so, man. That warms my heart right there.
Yeah. All right. I believe he's about ready to take a nap. We woke him up and changed his diaper. He wouldn't eat pizza tonight.
He had pizza tonight.
Pizza?
Yeah, I flavored his milk with pizza.
Oh, got it.
What's his name? Carter.
Carter. Yeah.
Carter. Good night, honey.
She knows how to drive a straight drive. She can drive anything I put her in.
Right.
Well, Bonafide, you're hitting something here.
Yep. All right.
I
So
guarantee
let me
when
tell
you-
you something. When I had my battery business, it was across the street from the college, the local college. And I ain't never seen some people so stupid in my life. Now, let me tell you this one story. There's this guy, he pulls into my driveway and says, and he has a flat tire. He comes in the building. He says, "Do you mind if I change my tire?" I said, "I don't care. Go out there and change your tire. I mean, I ain't that big of a butthole. You can change your tire in my parking lot." Then he comes in here and says, "Well, I can't do it. I don't know how." Well, I own a garage, And I said, well, I can change your tire, but it's going to be $30. We get $60 an hour. I figure I put your spare on, be $30. So then he has to call his mama and put $30 on the card, and she is raising immortal hell because we're charged. Now I got mechanics making $60 an hour.
Right.
She wants to raise hell because we charging to put the spare tire on the. I said, and I told the lady, I said, she said, I cannot believe that you are charging my child $30 to change a tire. And I said, I cannot believe that you sent your child to college that couldn't change a tire.
You're paying
But
for
I'm
it
gonna tell
right
you, man,
now.
it was incredible. It was incredible. They could not jump a car off. Absolutely. And it blows my mind how they blow motors up and cannot check the oil, you know. And this is all stuff that we learned when we was kids, you know, that it's unbelievable that we survived without a bicycle helmet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
we
I
rode in the back
want
of
to go back
pickup we rode in the back of pickup trucks and survived.
and live. But you think about that, ML. What do you know that you grew up with that your kids have no clue about? You know, playing in the dirt, you know, going swimming in a river,
Right.
picking up crawdads, you know, just. But
I can remember.
Go ahead.
I can remember as a kid, we would go out on a Saturday. We'd be up at the butt crack of dawn. We would come home at dinner and then be back out until it was dark. We entertained ourselves. We didn't have devices. We didn't have to be entertained by the TV. We didn't have to be entertained by video games. We entertained ourselves all day long, every day for hours on end. Today, these kids are so attached to their devices, they can't function without them. It's like it's literally an addiction. They have these withdrawals. I've seen it. I've seen it in my own house. My boys, they got to have these devices in their hands because if they don't know what to do with themselves. I'm like, go outside and play. Go do stuff. We've got 45, 50 acres. We've got fishing ponds. You can go out and hunt turkeys. You can go do all sorts of different stuff. We can go shoot. You guys can go do whatever you want out there. You got so much to play with.
Yep.
But these kids don't. They feel like they've got to have some device in their hand to be entertained. And it's sad. I guarantee you two men, when we were boys, did you guys see your mamas and your grandmas canning in the kitchen?
Oh, yeah.
That's right. There
ain't nobody knows how to do that.
No.
We've been so spoiled by just going to the grocery store.
Yep.
And everything's there already prepared with all their nefarious
and we're all
chemicals
victims to
and
it.
stuff.
We're all victims.
I mean, we all are. But I suggest everybody
now.
buys a book on how to hunt, how to skin something you shoot, whether it's fish, a rabbit. I mean, well, if things go south, the only way you're going to survive is to know how to do that.
And that's the reason that I love hanging around older people. I've learned all this stuff from older people. I've learned business from older people.
Grow a garden. That's absolutely correct. That's something they don't want you to do. And ML told me, he said you should have seeds to plant gardens, grow your own vegetables.
Seed bolts. That's right. There's medicinal herbs that everybody can plant. You have a pharmacy, let me use that term loosely, pharmakia, the good kind from God. You have it in your backyard with these seeds. You can heal yourself. You don't need all of these drugs and pharmaceuticals. Because what's going to happen, guys? When you have a nation that is dependent on painkillers, antidepressants, what do you think is going to happen to these people when they don't have access to
when
the
they
drugs?
don't have it? You're exactly right.
Somebody said I can't kill, gut, or cook a chicken.
I understand.
Well, and I can understand that.
It's okay.
But if there comes a time, whether it's live or die, you're going to kill that animal and eat it. Trust me when I tell you. You might not think you're capable of it, but when you're so hungry you can't stand it, it's you or them, and the animal can keep you going, you'll be able to do it.
To me, if you had the class like you was talking about, ML, and teaching, let me ask you a question. When's the last time you heard of a 4-H? When's the last time you heard of a 4-H club? Or you remember that when we used to get to go out on the farm when we was kids and learn how to farm? Wasn't it
Yep.
the 4-H club?
Yep.
There was other names for it too.
FFA, Future Farmers of America, as well.
Yep. They don't have it no more.
What they want to dumb, but they want to make everybody dumb. They want you reliant on what they're giving you, and when they take it away, what do you got left? It goes back to the old saying: "A country boy can survive."
Yep.
That's
Well,
right.
let me tell you what my plan is if we was to go off grid. And when I mean off grid, this is what I want y'all to understand. If this takes place, or let's just say when it takes place, all right?
Mm-hmm.
What I've done this week is I called a friend of mine that sells fuel oil for houses. Some people still have oil furnaces locally. So I called him up and I said, can I still, when the poop hits the fan, I want to make sure I can buy diesel for fuel with cash. Now, you tell me, wherever you live at, how many gas stations do you know that have gas pumps that would work if we went off grid? Not just power. Let's just say the internet went down. QTs, every cash register in the world is dead.
Yes.
Every cash register in the world is dead. All right, so you can't go. Think about this now. You will not be able to go. I don't care if you got more money in your pockets than you could spend. You will not be able to spend it at the Dollar General.
Nope.
You are only going to be able to spend it at a store. That's the old folks store with the old mash the button cash register. Period. So think about this now. How much control? Just like last night when I said I want y'all to understand how much control these people have. They own your house. You can be pissed off about it all you want to, but if you got a mortgage and your bank was on that picture that Toto put up here, they own your house and the cabal. The bank owns your house and the cabal owns the bank. Now let's go to a whole nother subject. A gas station, a convenience store, a Walmart. I don't care what it is all online.
It is.
And if the grid falls, and they're talking about 10 days of darkness, if the grid falls, you better have it because your money's no good.
That's right.
There's no way you're not going to have fuel because every single gas pump is run off of a computer now. Period.
Well, let me tell you something.
Think about this now. When you slide your card in, that gas pump, if it ain't hooked to the internet, it ain't going to work.
That's right.
And that is the reason that I keep old diesels. I've always had an old diesel that I can put tractor fuel in it, or I could put house fuel in it, or I can make my own corn oil, fuel to go in it. And that's just the way I am. But what I done, my little bit of prepping that I done lately is I got a motorhome that runs off of diesel. It has a diesel generator. It sits right here beside my house. And if we was to go off grid, if we went off power, I got a generator. If it's just off grid, then I got gas. I got a way to heat and cool. All right. I got a propane tank, a big one set in the ground that I'm going to get a brand new gas grill so I can cook. And the generator on my motorhome, which it costs right at $500 to fill it up now, so I don't know how long it lasts, but it lasts a long time, is I'm good to go for a month with the food that's in the house.
Somebody posted I could live off my fat for 10 days. Don't be posting for me.
Yeah. But if you think about this now, and me and Doug talked about this, what if we are in South Dakota and Lindale puts this out and the lefts decide to flux their muscles and say we are automatically in a gas shortage?
That's why I said bring a diesel.
That's exactly right. So, I was thinking about just going to buy an extra tank and putting it in the back of the Ford and us driving it up there. In all reality, my Ford gets better gas mileage than any other car I have. My 7.3. We could get back home. I could pull cash out and go to a local guy that sells home fuel and buy diesel fuel. I know how to get home. I've had to do it before because when Katrina hit Louisiana, I was there. And the fuel, and I have seen a real disaster where people was living in the rest areas and they had no gas, and they was 18-wheelers sitting on the side of the road where there was no
Fuel.
no way to get fuel because the pumps didn't work.
Right.
It wasn't that there was not fuel there; the pumps did not work. So that's just a little bit that I can share with you. I mean, I don't have anything to go deep in the woods and no big awesome 4-wheel drives.
So
I can-
ML, what are some of the foods that they recommend that you buy for these 30-day bug outs and stuff like that? What should be used? And I'm sure you can look it up online, but a brief what you buy.
You want grains, all right? You want grains. And I know everybody's like, hey, I'm sensitive to wheat, flour, cornmeal, because it's all GMO.
Right.
So you need to get the organic stuff that is non-GMO so you're not sensitive to those things, all right? So you need grains. You need some canned and dried meats. That's a good thing to have too. You need fats and you need oils, because how are you going to cook this stuff? You got to have oils and fats. Fats have proteins in them to help sustain your life, right? Beans and legumes. Beans and legumes. Those are great to have, full of protein and vitamins. Milk and dairy. Milk and dairy. I know, isn't it interesting? In like the last 10 years, we have another pandemic here. Everybody's sensitive. Everybody's lactose intolerant. Everybody's everything intolerant now. And that's because they tainted our food supply, y'all.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
That's why. So you got to be smart about this. You got to find products that's not going to upset your stomach and constipate you and make you sick. Because when this stuff happens, you don't want to be in that situation. Sugars. Sugars are really important because it's in everything we have, whether it's sugars, whether it's honey, whether it's high fructose corn syrup, which is highly addictive and not good for you, but you're addicted to it nonetheless. People will barter for sugar, all right?
Yep.
Cooking essentials like baking soda, yeast, baking powder, salt, things like that. Fruits, vegetables, anything, those are the basic essentials. And you can get them in a lot of places. Let me tell you all something. When I was teaching my prepping classes, I would ask how many people in here get government subsidies, food stamps. Sometimes probably 40% or so would raise their hands. And I wasn't trying to embarrass them. I was making a point. And the point is this. How many times do we go to the store and people that are getting government subsidies have their shopping carts packed way high with T-bone steaks, with shrimp, and all of this stuff that I can't afford all the time for my family, but they do. I would teach these people, if you would redirect some of those monies that you get from the government and buy 3 or 4 extra cases of food, you'll build up your food supply in a short order. You'd be surprised how fast you could do it by redirecting some of that money for that purpose.
That's what I was saying. Just spend if it's a non-perishable. If you have any extra money, and I'm going to tell you how important this is. And I try to tell people this. Well, we ain't got the money. If you want it bad enough, you'll get the money. And what I mean by that, everybody has got junk sitting around their house that they don't need, that somebody else will buy on Facebook or on, what is it called, Craigslist or whatever. If you want to, and I have done that all my life, every single time that I've needed money. Matter of fact, this time last year, I had 13 cars just because I like cars, 13 cars that had insurance on it. And I just started liquidating and building my cash back up. And this week I'm going to pay my house off because the cabal's not going to own this one.
That's great.
Somebody said they couldn't find powdered milk. Use evaporated milk. It lasts forever too.
There you go. Actually, let me all tell you a secret. You can go to Dollar Tree. I know this for a fact. There's a company out of northern Utah, out of Logan, called Gosner Foods. They're a dairy company. They make milk in containers that are shipped to our military all over the world. And it's long-term, whole milk, 2% milk. It's great milk. You can go to these Dollar Trees and buy a quart for $1, and it's got a long-term shelf life. All right, you can find this stuff. It's out there. Let me guys give you an idea of what a person would need per person in their household. I'll just break it down. So based off of, let's say, a 2,000 or 2,500 caloric intake a day, a person would need 390 pounds of grain to feed that person 1 year. 390 pounds of grain to feed a person in 1 year. That comes down to 32.5 pounds a month. All right. Canned or dried meats, 20 pounds would feed one person an entire year, because that goes to show you, you don't need to be eating meat every day sparingly. You only need to be, because your body has to break that down. That meat will stay in your intestinal and colon tract for weeks before it's eliminated, just so you know. Weeks. Okay? Fats and oils. 25 pounds would get somebody through a year. Beans. 70 pounds of beans would get somebody through a year. Milk and dairy products. I'm talking powdered milk and other types of evaporated milk. 87 pounds would feed one person a year. Sugars. I'm talking brown sugar, honey. 60 pounds of sugar is enough for one person a year.
That's my boy.
Look at there. There's Doug.
Hey,
Cooking
buddy.
essentials.
Mr. Bean.
Cooking essentials. Salt, baking powder, vinegar. 8 pounds for
Coffee.
1 year. Fruits and vegetables, dried fruits and vegetables. All you need, 90 pounds for 1 year. Canned fruit and vegetables, 320 quarts. That's 27 quarts a month. And when it comes to water storage, that's the most important thing you got to have is water, y'all. 183 gallons is what one person needs for a year to sustain them. That's 16 gallons a month. Okay?
Yep.
That's as basic as I can get it for y'all, and that will get people started. There are great sites out there that give you this complete breakdown. You can put how many family members are in your house, and you can put, in my previous marriage, my wife was a huge prepper, just like my current wife is. My previous wife was able to create a menu that rotated every 2 weeks that gave us a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner every day for 2 weeks. It would rotate. We put enough food away for 5 years for a family of 5. We would be eating really good, but we did that because we didn't just do it for us. We knew that there would be other people dependent on us, so we put it up to help them. Because, you know, let's get real. You're going to have to ration this stuff out.
Yep.
Somebody said they're Biden intolerant. That's funny right there.
I've never heard that one before. That
Hey,
was good.
this is Simon.
Simon.
Can you call Simon up? You better not make fun of Simon. We get beat up in the chat when you make fun of Simon.
That's funny.
I got a house full
Guys,
of
we're not promoting doom and gloom. We're
Hey,
just
I'm gonna tell you something.
prepared for
No.
the worst. Can
If
you
it
know
gets
that
tough-
people
if
during
it gets
World
tough,
War
we're gonna
II
beat Simon.
starved to death, and some people lived off roots because
Right.
the Germans took all the foods from their town and left them with nothing. They literally were boiling roots and making soup out of it to survive.
That's right.
That's a
Kill him,
fact.
Kitty. Kill him, Kitty. Hey, if time get tough, we're gonna have cat soup.
I got a Chinese recipe.
I was going to say, that's a delicacy.
Hey, I will tell y'all one thing you never do. Never take your cat to a Chinese veterinarian. You'll never survive.
You know,
They don't come home.
No.
I've never seen one.
There's a reason.
I only seen one. I took my cat down there. I went down there to get her toenails clipped, and they said she didn't survive.
Somebody said, "What kind of cheese lasts?"
Powder cheese. They're
They
actually
make powdered cheese?
reconstituted powdered cheese that you can get.
That from under cheese lasts a long time too.
I'm not gonna touch that.
I tell y'all something that's it's expensive, but beef jerky. You don't have to have power.
You can make your own.
Yeah,
Yep.
if you make it your own.
Buy a dehydrator and cut chicken,
Yep.
and you could do fish that way. You can do meat that way, pork that way, and then you just got pieces of jerky.
Yep.
That's right.
I remember my grandma, and this is when I was real young, that they would have a salted ham.
Hold
Yeah.
on. I got to put this up so I can hit my button. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, moderators, throw that person out. All right, go ahead, guys.
Hey, Carol, you're going to have that check in the bank at 4:00 in the morning.
Yep. And you're going to starve to death because you can't catch it and the bank's closed and you ain't got no food and don't know how to skin a cat. Don't know how to skin a chicken.
That's right.
You know, I really want to cover this Jasara thing. Not right now, not tonight. But I've got some good information that's going to make people think about it in a different manner. All right. And it's going to come from a spiritual. You're going to need your spiritual eyes when I present this to you, because we got to look at things two different ways here. We can't put all of our eggs in the proverbial one basket. All right. We can't.
Yep.
And it'd be foolish of us to not question things and really start looking deeply and quit taking for granted because somebody says, oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It was supposed to happen, I think, 6 times launch since the first of the year, and it hasn't happened.
I mean, you can go back and look at the 1800s, how they preserved ham with just salt and meats.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it lasted, a whole season.
Do you know that I had a house that was over 100 years old, and it had a hole under the house, and that's where they stored their meat at because it was cool under there.
Yep. And back in the day, they stored apples and pears and stuff like that in their attics up north.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Huh. But what's so bad about it is, fellas, is we don't know how to do that stuff anymore. We had to read up on it. I mean, I couldn't salt a ham. Now, I do remember as a kid slaughtering hogs and cutting them open, and then my grandmother would salt the ham, but I couldn't remember how to do it by no means, but I guess I'd learn. And I have bought all the books, on another thing I'll tell you too, and I still have it today. I can remember probably 5 or 6 years ago, I bought about 5 gallons of real honey. And I still got that real honey. I mean, I still use it daily, or whenever I need it. And that is one good thing. And you get local, real honey, not any kind of stuff.
What's the shelf life on honey, ML?
It's forever.
It's indefinite. It depends on how well you preserve it and pack it. It can last indefinitely. I know we've got honey that's been 10, 15 years plus in storage, and it's still good.
And from what I understand, someone told me that they dehydrated honey before, like ancient honey, and it came back to honey.
That's right.
So guys, let's take a quick break from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using LifeWave. Since 2004, LifeWave has been delivering its amazing life-enhancing technology to people across the world, always helping the body do what it was designed to do, only better. And as it turns out, the best was yet to come. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind LifeWave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single LifeWave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing LifeWave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells, a true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of LifeWave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one LifeWave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all LifeWave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about LifeWave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body. How you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of LifeWave today.
All right, we're back from our
Wait,
station break.
I'm going to show y'all something.
You gonna show me something? He's fixing to show y'all something. I got
Okay.
one right there.
I'm telling you right now, these things
Right
work.
there. Right there.
Well,
see it right there.
I'm going to tell you where, my hand's been broke up for my old career. I've showed y'all that before. And I don't feel nothing in them, You understand what I'm saying? No arthritis.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you now, when the seasons change, it gets hot or cold, my back, I don't feel none of that.
We all three use them. They work, guys. Can't make medical claims. All I can say is try it. It's a money back guarantee. We've all had great results with it.
And
How
if you
about
have a product that you want us to try, make sure it works because we're going to tell the truth about it.
That's it. Hey, so look, guys, I'm going to play this video real quick, and it's to help lift people's spirits a little bit about, I know we've been talking down and prep.
It ain't really down. It's to be prepared.
We're just getting prepared. But this is to help y'all understand that people are out there. They're out there to help us, and the military's out there fighting for us. So,
hey, someone said you needed a friend today. All right, someone said that you were down, but you were not out. Someone said that I need to come and speak to you and tell you that you're still in the fight and there's a battle. I'm supposed to come help you fight, so I wanted to tell you to get up. I want to tell you to stand. Come on, put your gear on. We still have a fight to win. I want to tell you that you're in a battle for your life right now, and I want to tell you I got your back. I have your six, and as long as I'm here, you're not fighting alone. I want you to tell you, come on, walk with me. Even if you got to lean on my shoulder, I'll tell you, I got you. I want you to keep firing your weapon. I want you to keep shooting, and I want you to stay in the fight because I need you, and I won't leave you. I'm gonna be by your side the whole time. I'm gonna be fighting. I'm gonna be throwing lead for you. I'm gonna be fighting with you. I'm gonna be there the whole time, and I ask that you just stay with me. So get up. Get up.
that's powerful right there, brother. Know that our military's out there right now, and all of them are, a lot of them are on our side. Know that. And they're putting their life at risk. Pray for these people as we regain our country, because it's all about to happen. And that's the way I feel anyway. I believe it's all come to a boiling point. And I feel like when I was a little kid and mama would make tea or coffee, they would boil the water in a kettle. And right before the whistle went off, you could hear the kettle shaking. Right before that. Well, right now, folks, the country's shaking and it's getting ready to whistle. I can't guarantee times or dates, but she's getting ready to whistle right at any moment. That's all I'm saying.
The deal with the times and dates, there is no way possible that we can ever give one. And I'm going to tell you why. This is basically like a football game that has went into overtime. Now, if let's just say the left done what they wanted to, it would already be over with. But the right is putting in a fight, and therefore it's just like a chess game. One makes a move, the other one makes another move. One makes a move, and then next thing you know, COVID's all back out again. So you got to understand there's some big, big threats going on, and a lot of people flexing their muscles. And we all know how it really ends if you read the Bible, but that does not mean give up and give in. You know, I can't do the deal with the dates. I mean, I've heard so many. I even heard Doug say it before.
I did, but that was a bit of past.
But we saved his soul. We saved his soul. Ain't that right, Doug?
I want
to tell the truth.
On the road with truth and justice, promoting, bringing people together. And that's opening doors that's never opened before in my life. And that's the honest to God truth, me and Bonafide.
Hey,
and ML as well.
Tracy's on here. I seen her on here a while ago. I told her you was coming back to town.
You need to knock that nonsense off now.
I did. She's on here right now. I'm telling you right now.
Hi, Tracy. I'll be back soon, hon.
And another thing is, too, is years ago, like I said, I got prepared for this when we thought Hillary was going to take office. I bought it's a camouflage duffel bag full of a first aid kit. Now, them guys that I went to the border with, now they had some real stuff in their first aid kit. They had
they probably had one of ML's emergency kits.
Probably.
Yeah. What is that ML they can put in your vein?
IVs?
Yeah, they had IVs with them. I said, man, where we going? What y'all carrying all that stuff for?
Yep, I have them. I'm
telling you, don't worry about it. We'll keep you alive. I said,
that's
okay.
right. I have a medical kit.
I don't know how to use all that stuff, but I did buy a duffel. It's a camouflage duffel bag. It was on eBay, and it had everything you'd ever need. If you broke your arm, stitch you up.
Right.
It was good, and I'm about to get another one. Mine burned up in the fire, but them are just the things that basically, if you think about this, what would you need if you was going camping? If you was going camping for 30 days in the woods and you had to pack everything up, what would you need? Just take it home.
You need plenty of things that you could cook.
Yep.
And initially you would start out like the rest of us. You would use charcoal. You would use gas for your grill. But now when that runs out, you're going to use wood.
Yep.
And if times get hard, you're going to pull the grate out of the daggone stove, and that's what you go put over the fire to cook.
That's right.
Trust me, that's old school redneck stuff right there.
Hey, Doug, you know where my Keurig machine's sitting at?
Where's that?
On that stove.
Yeah.
It looks like a decoration in the house, don't it?
Yeah, but that's a real wood stove back in the day.
And I bought it, and I've cooked on it before. We got a little Keurig deal set up, a little coffee stand in the house, and it's sitting on an antique wood burning stove that is in perfect condition. And the only thing I got to do is move it outside and hook a pipe to it, and get to cooking again.
Absolutely.
That's why I like antiques. They actually still work.
ML got off for a second. I don't know.
What's the matter with him?
He might be like me, had to run to the bathroom real quick. Don't want nobody to see him get up in his underwear.
That's bad.
No, guys, we're just trying to prepare you in case something bad happens. We're not saying it's going to happen. We don't know for sure. But isn't it better to be prepared and don't need it?
It's the same preparedness if you
needed it and don't have it. That's a little bit. That's sort of like owning a gun.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't using it. I wasn't using it, so I got rid of it. What?
Hollis Pool, Lexington, South Carolina. That's right down the street there.
Right down the street and up and over a piece.
That's right.
Hey, let me grab John's link, and don't forget Aikens. When is that? In October?
October 23rd. We hadn't got the website changed up yet.
Yeah. And we're really excited. We're going to try to have a show in the next week with all the people that we're going to be traveling with or going to meet up there in South Dakota. And we're going to have a show and talk about what we expect to hear. Well, as much as we can without getting in trouble. And I'm
going to try to get Mike Lindell on the show before we go.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
They just told me to let me know. Or we may have to record it during the daytime whenever he's free.
Right. That's fine. I'm willing to do that. Let me grab John's stuff and put the link on.
Try to put the latest model one on, the newest one.
Well, I'm trying to find it, brother. Mm-hmm. And here's the latest picture.
Another thing, the people's talking about solar panels. Now that is real good. I wouldn't buy that stuff that you buy off TV. Matter of fact, Lucas texted me a while ago. He was still working. He's a contractor. His company's called Off Grid Contracting. So he can come set your house up with solar or wherever you want it at. You know, I've seen them do work and they bury containers in the ground. But how do you like that, Doug? Do you see that?
I can't be showing people that. All right, so here, folks.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about too. So It's the Conservative Business Journal. We the People Fight Back event in Naples, Florida. It's on August 20th and 21st. We will be there. David will be down there with us. Me, Bonafide, will be podcasting live from down there as well. From all intents purposes, the film crew will be there from the reality show shooting some video if they got with John today, and I think they did. So, and everything.
Mike's going to be on John's show.
Yeah, so
I mean, not Mike, Dave. Dave's going to be on John's show.
So, with that being said, it sounds like it's a go, and they can bring the film crew down there to his event, and we'll be filming the film crew so we can show you guys what's going on.
That's right.
Pretty exciting things getting written into a reality show. So, big things are happening for the Frog News Network. Yeah, we just thank God for opening the doors and moving the mountains so we can expose what's going on in our country. But that's you can see the speakers, Greg Locke, John, of course. These are the folks that put on Gettysburg right here. This is just some great speakers. You guys, plus they're going to have some surprise people. I can't. Presley will be there. He's a great speaker. He's the head of the Tea Party in South Carolina. We love him to death. Yeah, some great people are going to be there. So I'll stop sharing that and come back to here and put up the link so you guys can buy tickets. Let me grab that.
Go back and show them my new company car.
Oh, you want to see? There it is right there. Frog News Network, Rhino Hunter.
You ain't sharing the screen.
Oh, my bad. Technical difficulties. Let me share my screen.
I think we ought to do that, Doug.
Frog News Network.
I mean, it's big enough we can lay down in the back and take a nap.
I ain't sleeping where dead people sleep. No, that ain't working for me, brother.
Y'all don't like that? We're going to vote on that, folks. Do we need to go get this?
No, we don't need that. We don't need that's not working.
Hey, we're going to put it up to a vote. This is a democracy.
Yeah, well, it'd be your money too.
I don't care.
Not Doug's. Hey, look at here. So we the people fight back event.com/frog news. I believe you get 5% off. So you guys go over there, book your tickets. Last I checked, there was still some hotel rooms left.
Yep. Because it's a great old big old hotel.
111. We are not buying a hearse.
Why? You ain't got to buy it. Well, it is your turn to buy because I spent all that money on the furniture for the studio today, a bunch, and it took 2 trips. It took two loads, two loads, and they charged me more.
Well, it'd be like
it looks real nice. It looks like brand new.
Looks like brand new.
Yep, we got we bought out a real estate office, and all their equipment, all the what's the name of that table? Banquet. I mean,
conference table.
Conference table. All the desk, all the furniture. It's pretty cool. We're gonna be highfalutin.
Listen, this event right here down in Naples is in a high, how would I say, it's going to be something, John. It's going to have a layout of food that's unbelievable. It's a working convention where you'll learn about the Constitution, your rights, what you can do. There's workbooks as he puts on his presentation, and the great speakers down there in Naples is a really, really nice place. And he said the food is the best thing about it all. He's Italian, so know that the food's going to be great down there. We look forward to going down there, meeting with David and everything else. And everything like that.
Have we got any intel? Is it dam broke or
the intel that I got is not dates or dates or anything like that. What I can tell you is that we know that the counting's over in Arizona.
Yeah, we do know that.
Some people say the results have came out. I don't think they've came out. I think they would be announced everywhere if they came out. Once they're announced and they decide they want to overturn it, that's if you listen to Saturday 45 said it all starts here. He didn't mean wait on the other states. It all starts right here in Arizona. That's why I think we're so close now, but I can't give a date. I think we're.
What's the guy's name that put that out? Dave Gazzino or is
it Trump's social media guy put it out.
Yeah.
I don't
Dave,
know.
I can't remember. I can't pronounce some big old long names.
Damn broke the movie. What? Yeah, I think August 1st. And when I was thinking, the reason being because it seems like you can't show the movie after August 1st about the e-fraud, the one we were talking about, Deep Rig.
Yeah.
The licensing runs out, so maybe they know something we don't know. Scavino,
Yeah, Scavino.
Scavino, Barino, whatever his name is.
We are. Let me tell you something about what's going on here local. Tomorrow at noon at the Grapevine Restaurant in Bowling Springs, South Carolina, we're going to have a little Patriot lunch get together, just like-minded people coming here to see what we can do locally. And that is at the Grapevine Restaurant in Bowling Springs, South Carolina, tomorrow at noon.
Y'all come on by now.
This is Evan's event. It's not mine. I just told him I'd help him get the word out there.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to go eat lunch where I usually eat lunch at anyway. So we're going to invite all the Patriots to come out there and see what y'all can do. Peanut butter is good. It does last.
It lasts forever. I got plenty of that too.
Peanut butter, jelly. You have to figure out how to make your own bread. But
wait. If you can't make your own bread, stock up on crackers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But
Crackers
guys, we've been on about an hour and 17 minutes.
So did ML go for good?
I reckon he has. I don't know what happened. His phone might have went dead.
Christian W. said the Three Gorge Dam is down.
I'm not allowed to mention their name anymore.
Well, you didn't. I did. Sue me. Sue me.
You'll be getting a cease and desist. I see it now. She watches every one of the shows.
My name is Fred.
Fred is dead.
Good Lord. A cease and desist.
Yeah. You can buy them off eBay.
I promise you, I'm not worried because I
buy
know
a lawyer on eBay.
I know a real good lawyer.
Just copy and paste somebody's name in there, and it does the same thing.
Yeah.
But guys, I'm going to stick it on Bonafide tonight. Bonafide, close us out in a prayer, buddy.
All righty then. Lord, we want to thank you for the safety of all of our Frogginites. We ask all of them to be prepared for whatever comes our way, that there would be no surprises. And we ask you to look over this nation. We know that there are things coming. We don't know when, but we know there's things coming that we need to be prepared for. And we ask you to bless our trips. We ask you to bless our friends, our businesses, our acquaintance, our journey. Give us discernment. And we just want to thank you for putting all these people in front of us that we can help influence and help them steer them in the right path. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen, guys. And don't forget to play for our military, too. They're doing an awesome job. Guys, we don't have tomorrow night. We'll see what's up far as getting the show together.
Now, Lucas did say that he was off tomorrow night. He just he don't know what he's getting into. He's a contractor. So when he goes to put up solar panels or whatever, he was hoping it'd be done, but he did text me and said, hold on, man, I got 5 text messages. Sir, I'm tired this evening, still up, but home at least tomorrow. He said he'll be up tomorrow. It's 100% tomorrow and the day after.
Okay.
So
not a problem.
He can give you more insight. I mean, he actually, I probably met him almost a decade ago. And I mean, he has built everything on his YouTube channel. He's built solar powered hot water heaters, how to cook, how to heat your house, how to do everything. I mean, he is, the deal with the chickens and the I can't even remember what they call that, where they put the fish in they grow plants in hydroponics. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But anyway,
so he grows
a
weed.
lot of stuff from him. Yep.
That too. You could stay stoned the whole time.
Yep. I learned a lot of stuff from him years ago. And just like that is with like the stuff that ML studies, I said, yeah, I remember that from years ago, but it's hard for me to remember. But anyway, folks, be here tomorrow day at 12 o'clock.
All right, and you be over there. And I think we got Clay's coming up on the 31st. That's Saturday. I believe, gosh, I got to get you the time, but Clay Clark's coming on the show. It's in the afternoon. Bonafide might be on with me, might not, but we're going to have Clay on. He's going to
Saturday.
Yeah, and we'll just let him talk because that's all you can do.
I'm going to interrupt him as many as I possibly can.
just for general principle.
Yeah.
Now, hold on.
Now, what is your name again? Can I see your ID?
And then we're going to run it in slow motion.
He's a good guy, but he's going to get on a roll now. He was on there with Brad, and I've never heard Brad shut up that much.
You can't quiet him like that, can you?
I'm gonna tell you what Toto done. When Clay got on the show with him, Toto just went to eating like Terrence. He just went to eating it. He just shake his head and throw his thumb up. He said there wasn't even no reason for me to try to get a word in.
Yeah. All right, guys, we love you. We'll see you tomorrow night. Remember, if we help one person understand what's going on, that's what we're here for, and that's our mission. When we bring 2 people together, it's like 11. God wants to bring everybody together. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're doing, and we are so powerful. It's unexplainable how powerful we are when we come together under God's name. God bless you, and good night, y'all.
Good night.